I will never ever get tired of that.
Thanks.
I will never ever get tired of that intro. Oh goodness. It's been such a funny week, I've forgotten. But nevertheless, it is May 29th. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you all are on the globe, because I'm pretty sure you got some global watchers. Welcome to yet another installment, another episode of The Shattering. I, of course, am Chris Lotus, joined along with
Siren Richardson.
Who. That was a very bad impression of the main antagonist of freaking Danganronpa, Monokuma. I did that because it's been quite a week.
It has indeed.
Character reveals, freaking out of nowhere streams.
Yeah.
You name it. Kind of funny with freaking Orochi's music pounding in the background like that. Y'all would think I'm about to get really, really crazy again, but no.
I've got Ash's theme playing. Is like is his theme from 11.
The regular? Oh no, you went 11. My bad. Okay. Oh boy. I'm over here just trying to like get more laid back because I want this to be a more laid back, a much more fun stream, a much more fun episode. Those of you who tuned in yesterday to join me know what's up. And if you don't know, the video is up on my channel. Go there and then you will know. But that is the past. Let's talk about the future. Let's get right into it. This week, we got the bluest
of Marys.
Even more bluer than my avatar, my freaking furry avatar right here. My fursona. Bluer than that.
Bluer than my shirt?
Yes. Bluer than the neon on the Shattering. I still love that, by the way. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Bluer than that. Bluer than our freaking announce table right here. Bluer than all of that. The bluest of Marys.
Fun fact about the Shattering logo, or background, I was originally going to try and make it in Unreal Engine, but I did not have enough time, so I just had to construct one myself. Who knows? Maybe that's something you guys will have to look for in the future.
Oh, okay. Awesome. And you know I love me some fun facts about the creative, backgrounds of certain things, and of course, as you can tell by the fascinating facts about KOF character series, which, by the way, if you didn't get the message from any of the previous videos, you all voted for Ryo Sakazaki to be next. So be on the lookout for that. And those of you who are angry about that, because there was pretty much a nice chunk of votes for Yuri and Iori. You can blame my Shattering viewers there because I went back and watched the VOD, including the live chat. Ryo votes out the yin yang. I think maybe 3 that put him over Iori by 2. But all is not lost. Once we cover Ryo, y'all will get a chance for me to vote on Yuri Sakazaki or Iori, or maybe the third person. Who is that person? You'll have to find out after the Ryo video is up. Because I know Siren's happy that Ryo is next.
Oh yeah.
As am I. I like Ryo. Despite all the biggie, Street Fighter, rip all in it.
He's so much cooler than Ryu, I'm gonna be straight with you.
I feel the same. I mean, now granted Ryo is the blueprint, but I mean, hey, it's not always about who does it first. fastest? Who better? Who did it the coolest? Since we're talking about Blue Mary, that's another reason why. Oh my god. Snap. Okay, thank you. I was looking at my stream health and it was like it was gonna shut down the stream. I was like, no, don't you do it. Don't you dare. I didn't drop frames, did I? No, okay, cool.
Nice.
But, yes. How did you feel about the reveal of the Bluest of Marys?
Oh, I thought it was pretty cool. I'm glad she plays like her 14 self, because that's the one I'm the most used to. And honestly, it's, in my opinion, one of the most fun ways to play her is for the way she was in 14.
I've seen a lot of people talk about that, like you, Rizzy, and others, like seeing her in the shouts to Rizzy, love him, and like this Discord is fun. Shouts to his Discord too. A lot of fun people there. I've had discussions about like KOF and other fighting games with them. Really cool crowd. A lot of people are saying it's a big step up from 14. Now it's interesting you mentioned the gameplay, because when I hear about it, it's usually in regards to her look, which, I mean,
she looked great, but I'm more focused on the gameplay as usual.
You heard it here from him. You heard it from the man himself there. But I mean, it's understandable. I've talked about this before. Character can have like a really good design, can look like you want to eat them up in like one freaking sit-in or whatever, but the problem with the fact is like, if they're not fun to play, I mean, you're better off just buying visual art from like one of your friendly neighborhood visual artists who, by the way, if you have any of them, and I mean, honestly, not even just locals, but I mean, sometimes people talk about, you know, support your locals and all that, but anybody that you all like when it comes to visual art, there's plenty of them. Like, they show their work on, like, sometimes on YouTube, but usually it's like the Twitter, and sometimes it's Etsy and stuff like that. Please, if you can, support them, because a lot of them thrive off of appearances at these conventions where they get the booths and all that, and unfortunately, y'all know why. It's been over a year at this point. We haven't had that, so if you can, by all means, support some of your visual artists there. But, I mean, back to like Mary 14, I can concede that the designs overall were not the best. Because at first when people were talking about like she looks better in 14, I'm like, well, 15, I'm a little thrown. I'm like, she did have the same outfit, right? But, you know,
she looks a little bit more clean though.
Yeah,
of, like,
exactly.
Yeah. She looks.
You added the AOF theme. You added the AOF theme to the freaking playlist. I just called it what this was. I was like, what's this little freaking, this glockish move?
Yeah, I have a lot of them. I have some.
If y'all don't know, Siren, the playlist that we use in the back full of like KOF jams, he put all that together, and so when there's something there that I don't expect, it's on him. Like, he'll surprise me with some stuff. Even though he constantly tells me that he'll update it every single time. It's like, he's like, what more to tell you? I'm gonna upload it, especially like with since SNK is being cool enough to like put like their music out there every time they reveal a character. I'm gonna put it in the
Yeah.
Oh god. Somebody I saw didn't like the theme song, talking about it's too dinky to be for like somebody like a Rio and Rob. Where I was like, these are like the AOF dudes. Like, come on, man. Why give them this little dinky little theme song?
Wow.
And I think it's fine.
It's one of my favorite themes so far too. Jeez.
Oh really?
Yeah, I really like it. If I listen to it sometimes when I'm like making lunch or something. It's really I like it a lot.
Oh, I can imagine making some lunch to that song right there. I can imagine making some lunch to that right there if I could cook.
I can barely cook. It's just like me putting a sandwich in the toaster oven. The most advanced thing I can make is a grilled cheese.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. And of course, I did that on purpose. Blue Mary's Blues is in the back playing, so I mean, I'm not gonna apologize. It's one of the greatest songs ever. Ever. I don't want to bring up too much stupidity here, but I did find this in Rizzy's chat. It wasn't any, nobody in Rizzy's chat said this. It was just, I think, a Twitter post. By the way, everybody that was getting on my case about like getting off of stuff like Facebook and Twitter, y'all are welcome, because I'm being proven right every time I hear about something stupid. Because I guess somebody, I guess it was, I forgot who, I'm sorry, like a little bit, I was laughing so much, and it was late at night, like when they were going ham about this. Somebody did not like Mary's design in 15, saying that she looks like a mom, like what happened to the Mary that used to be freaking ripped and hella muscular. And the reason I bring it up is because this person legit actually wrote a song about how much they didn't like Mary's 15 design, and they openly admitted that they wrote it to the the Blue Mary Blue song as a cover almost.
Wow. Like a parody of it? Damn. That's
Basically.
a dedication.
Basically it was a parody. I almost don't want to call it that, because I mean it is a parody, but nevertheless probably a very horrible one if you ask me.
I mean,
it's like,
in all fairness, she does look a little older than she did, but like I think Terry also looks a little. Terry looks like he like aged a bit in this game. If you like look at his face, at least. I don't know. It might just be me, but.
And always the first one here to say something. Jose is here. He said, "What's up, my bros?" That includes you.
Cool.
That includes you, Siren.
Thank you.
Don't be getting discouraged, because like, you know, don't get discouraged. They're like, the guys over here, they like you. Come on.
I hope I'm a welcome addition to the channel over there. Or yeah.
Siren Richardson TV. I always.
That's Siren Richardson
Back in the
TV
old-
is like my Twitch channel, but yeah.
Oh, you're on Twitch. Okay.
I have Twitch. I haven't streamed in a long time because I haven't had much to stream. I think I'm like I've been waiting to like maybe hit 100, because I'm getting much closer to hitting 100 subs on YouTube, but because I've got like 20 subscribers on Twitch.
You're gonna drag me over like to do something the moment you hit 100, aren't you?
I mean, I'm not opposed to it if you want to join in.
Feel like I'm gonna have to be there for that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta make something, since I missed the best moments, like the live stream reaction there, because
We didn't do a live stream, but we did do. I probably should. I would slap it together. It's been a while, but I probably should. I really need to get back into editing things, other than the live the reactions. But there was. I mean, it's not too late to do one, but like we could check it out at some point, probably. I don't know though. It's a little. The jokes are kind of edgy.
Yeah. But Jose already trying to get us refocused on the main thing, and that is the bluest of the blue Marys. And
Yeah.
somebody somewhere, like, nah, not really, because we're not really that big of a podcast, honestly speaking. I was about to say somebody's legit gonna freaking get tired of me saying that, and they're gonna make a parody. It's like there's gonna be like a fighting game making. There's this character named Hate. It's Ultramarine Mary. Then there's Cyan Mary.
Yes.
Then there's Aqua Mary.
As
And there's Sapphire Mary. But Jose asked in the chat, so about Blue Mary, the bluest of the blue, do you guys think the Agents team from KOF 11 will finally appear in KOF 15?
I actually
If
had
you look
a,
at... Go ahead.
I actually had a bullet point on something similar to that, which was where is she actually going to end up. But
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I made a big deal about this at the end of the last episode of the Shattering. I'm pretty sure I did. SNK continues to frustrate me because it's been so many trailers. They still have not confirmed the women fighters team. What is it?
I have a feeling
And
it's
as
going to be something like special.
It had better be. It's gotta be. Because, like, I've talked to people in my chat about this, like, in my comment section, more so specifically in the Blue Mirror reaction video. They are avoiding this so viciously. If you're gonna build it like this, when you do stuff like this, You want to build to something surprising, something big.
It's got to
Something
be like, I think it's
unexpected.
one of two things. Either it's a new character or it's like a really popular returning character.
I'll
Like
take either.
like Kazumi or like Shanfei or like I don't know, Mei Li, something
I
like
don't know
that.
what. I don't know why I thought you were talking about the Tiger Woman from Tekken.
No, no. Kazumi. Oh my
I know
god,
you're
no.
talking about. I know you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Oh my god.
You brought the Tiger Woman.
At least she doesn't throw her kid off a cliff. Can't say.
To be honest, I wouldn't mind freaking Kazumi being in like KOF Kazumi Mission.
I have something similar to that as a bullet point.
Oh
But
my
stay
god!
tuned
But
for that, everyone.
let's talk. We'll keep that on hold right there. What do you think is gonna happen in terms of like Blue Mary?
What I'm hoping is an agent scene with Vanessa and Seth, because I really want to see Seth return, and I honestly
So
would
you,
like to see something like
so
that.
you said that's your hope. What do you think is gonna happen actually?
What do I think is going to happen? Well, what I think is going to happen is she's going to be on a team with Vanessa and Ramon, but I think there's also a possibility they might keep the wrestling team the same, or they might switch it up with like changing
Just
out
switch that
one
up.
of the members or something for Team Mexico.
I think they should switch the wrestling team up. They really need to. Like, they should know. I understand that. I don't know what goes on through SNK. People said I really don't know, but they should know that Tizok is very popular.
He's
Now, a
like,
lot of people were not a fan of the whole King of the Dinosaurs, and I like it. I like King of Dinosaurs, but I won't.
I don't hate him, right? This is how I'll say
Yeah.
it. I don't hate him, but I prefer Tizok's moveset.
And I mean, if they bring in Tizok, I wouldn't be upset either. It's like, but they can mix that up. Then, like we just saw, like that one picture somebody dug up like years ago. It was somebody I think from SNK's like
Was it the Raiden
headquarters
one?
or something. Yes, that one.
Yeah,
like, come
I
on.
heard of that one. I think Raiden's going to be on a wrestling team of some kind.
I mean, if you want to pull Ramon from there, you got plenty of options to replace him as long as it's like wrestling themed.
If
You
it's
got
team
options.
wrestling, I feel like Red Dragon would have to. I feel like Red Dragon would be like a missed opportunity since we already have some of those options. Again,
Yeah,
I've said it a couple times. Maybe it's just me wanting it, but I think it would make so much sense if it was like. I think it would make a lot of sense if it was SNK's like big three, I guess, out of the wrestling ones. Like, you know, Tizok's
Yeah.
huge. People, I'm pretty sure there's a fan base for Raiden out there. I like the way he looks. He's a classic Fatal Fury character. He made it even into one of the CVS games. Apparently he was, I think Maximilian Dude had said he's awkwardly good, which I'm assuming he's good, but it's hard to be good, but he's somehow really good. I don't know what that means to be awkwardly good, but I could
think
see
you
it.
defined it pretty well there. I think you nailed it on the head with your interpretation. I think you did. I could be wrong.
Yeah, but Blue Mary, I don't know. She could really fit into a couple teams.
Yep, as I mentioned in what was it?
She could be on like a team with Whip and Hyder for all we know.
That'd be interesting. As I mentioned in my video reacting to Blue Mary's trailer afterward, because of SNK continuing to torture, like, come on, please, 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 just confront the women fighters team. Mary was a good step far as revealing her next with all the teams that are open, because, like I said, I think it's 4 different teams she's been on. She's been on Women Fighters, the Agents, the Outlaws, and...
For going off the story, I think she'll be Agents.
Who was the 4th team? Women Fighters, Outlaws...
Fatal Fury.
There we go. Plain sight. Plain sight. I knew that happens. So it's like, she's kind of a wild card, and like, she could be a little bit of anywhere. Smart on their part, but at the same time, I'm so annoyed. Like, who is it? Because as much as I think I might have spoken to I don't know if it was Shuichi or somebody else, but at this point, unless they overhaul this character, it can't be Alice at this point. Because that would be ending the whole thing on a whimper, if you ask me. On a whimper. Because a lot of people don't really like her. I love Alice. I think she's cool. I like just, her playstyle and, the dorkiness, but it's like, come on, man. Y'all can't just build and build and build and build and tease, and then, hey, it's that character that everybody makes fun of.
There's like very few characters I would not like in 15. I like Alice, but it just made me think of it because like there's Chin, there's Vendettas, and then there's I think that's it. Honestly, those are the two characters I really don't like that much.
Somebody I think in the chat hit on one of your bullet points that we were going to discuss in a little bit. When who? If I'm saying that wrong, I'm so sorry. Any idea for KOF 15 at E3 this year?
Yeah.
You had a bullet point about that.
Actually, my bullet point extends to a bunch of different theories, but yeah.
Oh, okay, but we'll get to that there.
We'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah. Jose is saying, some say it's Ryu, Yuji Yamazaki, and Billy Kane, but I find it kind of impossible because if you read the lore of KOF 97, Blue Mary has already cut her ties with them and is never going to team up with them again. That is the one reason why I feel like that particular team is also irrelevant to the matter because, you just said it. Mary cut her ties with them. If they really wanted, because honestly, people should know, SNK should know how popular Yamazaki is. They should know that. They should go ahead and, I know I'm using one of my ideas, but still.
Would you even work for Geese a second time? If he was on
not Mary. Not Mary, I don't
Would Yamazaki, though? Because didn't he also
Probably not, but the way I would frame it, I don't know if you watched my video where I how I build a roster.
Oh, wait,
it would have Yamazaki and Billy Kane, and it'd be Gato with them. Now, you build this team on the precipice there of the fact, if you remember in the ending, seemingly Billy and Hein both got separated from Geese because he had escaped before Mr. Big got to him. Yeah. So, they don't know where Geese is at this point. So it's okay, da-da-da-da. So, him and Yamazaki and Kane, Gato, excuse me, Kane, Yamazaki, and Gato, all of them are together, but it's they are, it's hella reluctant, I'll team up with you, but boy, I'm not going to enjoy this. I will team up with you until Geese shows up.
I actually just had an idea to sprout from what you said.
What's up?
What if Yamazaki in this game works for, what's his face? Geese's brother. He has purple hair. Krauser. What if it's a team with him, Krauser, and Lawrence?
A lot of folks really want Krauser in this game.
I want to see him. He's a cool character. He's not used a ton. He's only really been on 1 or 2 KOF games ever.
Yamazaki is just a wild choice. At this point right here, unless there's another offshoot of the freaking Hakeshu people or whatever, if they're going to bring Yamazaki in 15, they might as well go freaking make him a solo winch.
They could make a Yakuza team, I guess. Not
Yeah, that'd be cool. You bring him in and then introduce some very like-minded characters and all that. Because that's the better way for you. Cause see, that's why I don't mind the Team Hero lineup, because you got somebody in Benimaru that is popular. People still love Benimaru, and you put him with these two guys who are not that popular. Even though I think Mason Kun's okay. I think he's actually very underrated. That's a good way to try to at least attempt to get people to be invested in new characters, as opposed to just throwing 3 of them out there, unless they're the main villains in certain cases. But yeah, I would be on board with Yamazaki doing a Yakuza team or something. Either that, or he has to be a solo, because he severed so many different ties with all these other different factions. Geese, he doesn't want to be with Geese. I don't think anybody else, with the exception of the Hakeshu, I think he's either they've made him mad or vice versa. That man severed a lot of relations. But
God, imagine like
that's
a Riot of the Blood version of him. I know it can't happen because I think in lore he's literally too insane for Orochi to even do anything to him. But imagine like
hey,
a
look at
Riot
that.
of the Blood.
Look at that. You just said it. It's like even Orochi is like, you know what? I'll keep him, but you're too crazy to do something with me. Like, nah. You can be here, but like, just be the opposite of us, please. Please, just don't.
Please just take the money. I don't want it.
Orochi got money.
He's. I mean, if he could, he would definitely have a lot of money.
I'm being funny though.
He's like I don't know. You make a deal with him, you get a bunch of stuff. He's got money.
I think Jose agrees with you. Yamazaki is the guy you definitely should never be teaming up with. I think that's exactly what you basically said. With the exception of the Yakuza idea.
Something I've always thought. I don't know if this is. I could be wrong, but I don't think there's ever been a team that's just been. No one else had teammates, so they just kind of slapped each other together as a team. I might be wrong though, but that could be like a potential thing that could happen. Hey, we don't have a third teammate. I don't know. Bob and Ron, these new characters, don't have a teammate. Oh, this Yamazaki guy doesn't seem too bad. He's got an interesting haircut. Why not?
And of course, Mr. Who in the chat brings up something that I really feel like SNK should do. And that is Mai and Yuri form their own teams in KOF 15. That right there is, in my opinion, what should happen. That is expectation shattering. That right there is out the box. Look at the Women Fighters team history. Yeah, you know, one person or another has been off the team before, but never two.
Yeah.
Never two. Barely ever two if I'm missing one. I feel like I'm missing one, but I can't put my hand on it. And I mean, honestly, the three of them are veteran characters. They can lead their own teams, if you ask me personally. They can lead their own teams. They can do it. You know, King is already off, I guess. Maybe she's gonna finally marry Rio in this game, I guess.
Damn, Mary. Whoa.
Now you're probably just gonna hook up or whatever. That's gotta play somewhere into that, you know. I know King's been on the team, the AOF team before, but come on, seriously. But regardless, it's like these three characters, King, Yuri, and Mai, have been around for a long time. The three of them can carry their own teams though. I don't even care if it's like people from like other games. A lot of people want to see like SNK has already delivered with the band being back, aka Orochi, aka CYS, FKA, the new faces, since they are not really new faces anymore. People have been wanting to see them back for a minute. But I'm pretty sure there's other characters that we haven't seen for a while that others want to see back then. You could put Yuri and have her be like with Mei Lee. Somebody else maybe a little bit younger than her though. I don't know about
Alice?
Not Athena, but
Alice?
I don't know about maybe Alice. That'd be fine. I just don't think Kasumi would. I don't think Kasumi would be down with that though. I don't think Kasumi would be down with it.
I just could imagine that, like her and Alice, like they get in an argument because they both like Terry, so there's like a little bit of like friction between them.
Or better yet, you know, Yuri actually, you know, develops a friendship with Mei Lee Jinju, and then what happens is that whether it's Mai, whether it's King, is like, you know what, we're on opposite teams this time, but I want somebody to look out for them just in case. And so like they find somebody a little bit like seasoned to like watch after them maybe, or maybe it might be kind of like the mess with Tung Fu Ru where they find somebody to like watch after them, and then Well, I don't know about that. 'Cause I was gonna say Najed, but I would actually want Najed to be on a team with Mai, because I'm telling you, I would just love to see, like, for instance, Mai and then dang it, Kasumi, Mai and Kasumi teaming up, and then it's like they have Najed, and like the two of them have teamed up before, Mai and Kasumi. I'll put it like this: is the two of them, and then they got the creepy girl with them. And I know like Najed's not exactly creepy in and of herself. It's just the powers though.
Yeah.
Almost like a Raven almost when it comes to the Teen Titans, and more so
It's
because of her
like
power
Raven.
and yeah. But I see a lot of people thinking that Najed will have like a Team Saudi Arabia, which I wouldn't mind it.
Isn't there already, like, isn't there, well, I would say not Saudi Arabia, I'd say maybe like Team Middle East, because, I don't know, would they just make a bunch of new fighters to go with her? Are there Middle Eastern characters in KOF? Or SNK?
There may be
That are not like from like Sam Show or something?
Not from Sam Show. That's a good idea. Good catching that. I don't know exactly. But I mean, Middle Eastern characters have been kind of coming up in fighting games then, because it kind of, sort of, I don't think it started, but I know he was one of the first ones to come out recently, but Shaheen and Tekken had popped up, and then a little bit after that, Rashid came out in Street Fighter V.
Manat, kind of? Because she's on...
Well, Manat's more African, to be
Yeah.
honest. But I mean, as far as like continent, but at the same time, yeah, because Egypt's around that area, sort of. Yeah, okay, that's like, yeah, I guess I can say that. Because it's, yeah, I'll give you that.
Forget her name.
Because Elena
but
was
she
from
was
Kenya.
Third
Elena was from
Strike.
Kenya.
Oh, Kenya. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, Elena's from Kenya. And I actually found out Nagoriyuki in A Guilty Gear Strive, he's Nigerian. I'm like, huh, interesting. Oh, Jose in the chat. Sinclair from AOF 3 Path of the Warrior is also from the Middle East. Sinclair.
Oh, okay. I had a feeling someone was, but I honestly forgot who it was, and that's probably like one of the more forgettable AOF games.
Well, from the SNK wiki, this person's nationality is unknown, but if you look at her, it's not good to do these things, but I mean, it can kind of be implied, if you ask me. Like, just look at Sinclair, it's kind of there.
Don't know who that is.
That rhymed. That rhymed.
I have no idea who that is.
Who, Sinclair? In AOF 3?
I barely know anything about Art of Fighting 3 because I barely see anything on it because it's like...
I'll say, if you can search it right now, then like, yeah. If you look on the wiki, like, birthplace is unknown, but I mean, it's kind of implied. It could be.
I thought you were going to be talking about Kukuri because he was found in South Africa, but I'm like...
Well,
we don't
the
know
thing
if
with
he's from-
Kukuri, SNK a great job with Kukuri because, and maybe this is just me having a bias, but I like characters that have that mysticism about them, because everything with Kukuri is either like you're guesstimating like his weight, it's a visual estimate, his height, visual estimate, and almost every other bit of information comes from somebody else, but not Kukuri himself. And it's not to say like, you know, people like Antonov and people like around liars, it's just that this is not on record, we gotta hear it from somebody else. That's why I always think, I wanted to make a video about this, but I think somebody beat me to the punch. But I want to do a video about like who or what exactly is Kukuri, and just looking at all the details that we know about him, looking at theories, people putting stuff together, because I feel like, you know, just the way they presented him, they did a great job, if you ask me. I've seen some people say, like, of all the newer characters that were in 14, most of them rank him at the top. Like, usually it's usually a combination, like, there's one of two characters I usually see when someone talks about the best new characters in 14. We haven't seen any new characters in 15 yet.
I mean, I feel like there'll be
Which
one.
I think a lot of people don't want.
I think the boss might be either the only one or there'll be new ones because I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're gonna. Yeah, I think they're gonna. Yeah, they're gonna go 13 on this, and it's just gonna be like one new character. It's gonna be like a mid boss, like the Psyche, if you will.
The Psyche. Yeah.
The Psyche. The Psyche. The one. The one.
You know, it's sad
boy.
when you, it's like you're pretty sure that the character you want's never gonna get in.
Hi everybody watching and all about that really wants to see K49 back. Yes, you. I feel bad for y'all, honestly. I really do.
Damn. Okay.
No, seriously, I do, because that sucks.
It does.
Nothing sucks more than your character being deconfirmed for one reason or another. And on top of that, with the K49 thing, people have pointed out, is like, okay, well, you know, K49 was in this game right here after that one, and then you got all these other characters based off of anime, this one, and that one, Mary, freaking Chung Fu Ru. It's like, come on now, Gustin K, you can bring a little K49 back. Come on, bro.
Yeah, if he's not if they're not an all-stars, they ain't making it in. Let's be real.
K49's not an all-stars?
He is not. Nameless is, but he's not.
People hate that word. People hate that. The K49 fans hate that word. Nameless.
I know the guy I want ain't getting in. He ain't popular enough. He ain't been in any games since the one he debuted in, and like one after that.
My Nameless?
No, the character I want.
Oh.
I'm gonna be. I mean, if I were popular enough, I'd campaign for it. But I don't think I have.
Who says you
enough
can't?
reach.
But I mean, I understand why you say popular, because you gotta rally some people around you, I suppose.
Yeah. Poor Sokaku, he's never gonna get in the KOF game.
Kukuri's gameplay is basically Dual Line's gameplay.
What?
I can see where you're going. With that, but I see more of Dual Line in his appearance than his gameplay, if you ask me.
I don't see any Dualon in his gameplay other than maybe the teleportation, and
he's like more of a he's more of a tricksy character, you know what I mean? A lot of mind games and stuff like that.
Dualon was all about like range and like not range. You could range with him, but you also could do like these crazy combos if you like do his like quarter circle thing, and then it could combo into a bunch of different things.
Right. But it'd be really crazy if they reveal that person under the freaking Kukuri mask and hood is Dual Line. That would. Cause like, you know, we see Dual Line. Dual Line's very like polite and all this other stuff and everything. And here comes Kukuri, very reclusive, and he freaking swears like a docker. It's like
man's out here like a sailor.
Say what?
I said man's out here like a sailor.
Oh man, but who knows when it'll be real. All I gotta say is, whoever the women fighters is, like I say, two things have to happen. A, if it is Mai, Yuri, and somebody else, this third person has to be somebody surprising. It can't be Alice, and I love Alice, but it can't be her.
It's gotta be Dr. Nefario from the Minions movie, I swear. The clues have always fit there.
Or number two, it has to, the both of them have to be on separate teams, and all three of them leading different teams. And believe me, I know some people, because I befriend people who love fighting games from different ages. People that are younger than me that love these games, people that are older than me that love these games. The latter crowd, my close friend Marissa, hi Marissa if you're watching, she didn't like the fact that the almighty, the good trio, the women fighters, they're split up. And I can understand that, but hey, everybody has a different, like, you know, viewpoint about things. Me personally, it's kind of funny with them not being on the same team, but hey, all three of them are in the game. So, can't get any worse than that. It could be worse. One of them could have got cut altogether. We know one of them can't be. I'm not saying they can't be cut, but SNK does not want that right now. Y'all already got SNK rollback as a freaking rallying cry to y'all. You do not want that plus no buy, no buy. Okay?
Isn't it still going? Is it still going?
SNK rollback?
Yeah, because didn't they already confirm it?
No. There wasn't a confirmation. Oda basically, because I know it might be sounding like somebody just trying to find something to bicker about, but I mean, words mean everything to somebody who is in the driver's seat. Now they're trying to experiment with it, but if you look at that tweet that Oda put out, it said can't promise anything.
Huh.
But hey, like I said, I give them. I said this yesterday. I don't want to delve into it too much. Then I give them props for being honest and not trying to BS them like a lot of other companies do. Nobody likes a lying writer or a lying creator.
Yeah.
But my whole point is they don't want that plus no buy. So at least one. At least all three of them in the game. Mai is guaranteed a spot in KOF from here on out. They are never going to do that ever again in the rest of the span of SNK-dom.
Was she not present in one of the games?
Say what?
Was she not present in one of the games or something?
Yes. That's why no buy happened.
Was it 2003?
No.
I have no idea then.
It was one of the newer age games. I think it was. You might be right. I'm trying to double check. I think I know it. Yeah, it was 12.
Oh, yeah, no, screw 12.
I mean, depending on who you talk to, a lot of people will say, we don't talk about KOF 12.
I always forget it exists.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why it was considered so bad. Johnny, $2.99. I think it's a new character and her model is not finished yet. That's why they don't close the women's team. I could believe that. At first I got confused and saw some model not done yet, but I see what you mean. But you know what? That makes sense. That makes sense. Because if they're not done with the character's model yet, then it must be somebody new if they're building it from the ground up. And putting that in consideration, it might not be somebody, it more than likely wouldn't be somebody in 14 if they're building them from the ground up. So that's possible. That's possible. That's possible. I just wonder, I just see the KOF 15 roster going more in the direction of, hey, let's try to bring all of like the different fans we had from like generations here and all this other stuff. Then they're gonna bring back all of the popular characters from times past that we haven't seen in a minute. Like right here on my screen is, on my side, on my stream here, on my broadcast, Chizuru is back. The band. Who else like got confirmed that we haven't seen in a minute? Everybody else I think we've seen. Like I said, the band, Chizuru.
I have no idea. I think that's
That's it. That's why I'm thinking like this game is gonna really be tailored towards people that we have not seen in a while, as far as like being playable.
I just hope we get Shen.
Here's the hoping, quite honestly. That's why people get on my case about like say Ash being a solo entry. Why is that? Well, one, like I said, him and Betty are friends. I'm using his name for Elizabeth just for the heck of it. Yeah, they're friendly, but think about it. Like, if there's still a presence or Orochi has his hand in something here, somewhere, then of course, I mean, I just look at Ash almost the same way I look at like Terami and BlazBlue. He's a troll. And it's like, he doesn't like this whole, oh, we want to be orderly and like nice when we go against stuff. It's like, no, I like pushing buttons. I like being a smartass, you know. And on top of that, if Ash goes and drifts away on his own, then it's like, you know, thank you, Betty, for bringing me back to life, but I'm going to strike out on my own. And he goes solo, and Kukuri is still there with Elizabeth. Bring in Shin. There you go.
What happens to Dulong?
I think they're going to unmask him, and that is Duolon. That's under the Kukuri. I don't know. It's either him or, like, as somebody mentioned, it's one of the brothers. It would have to be.
Yeah.
Kukuri's one of the brothers that got away. There's a lot of talk about E3 in the chat here, so let us go to that.
You want me to get on the bullet points?
because Jose said crazy fact, KOF 12 actually won E3 in 2009. Pretty shocking, I know. I'm gonna let Siren put his talking point out here. I'm gonna look this up because there's no way in the world that's true. I can't believe that.
Let's see. Okay. I already talked about that one. Okay. The main one I've got right now is who do you think is going to be announced at E3? Hypothetically, because we don't know if they're even going to be at E3, but I'm fairly sure they will be, but I don't know, there's never really a way to fully tell. But I have a couple different ideas here of who will be. So I could go over those. But
it must have been a dark age of freaking fighting games then, Jose. Go ahead. 2009.
Do you want me to just go over some of the ideas here then?
Throw it at us, because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some stuff where we overlap.
Yeah, okay.
We kind of sort of talked about this when we were just playing some matches of 2002 UM the other day.
Okay, first up I have Ryu as a maybe.
Ryu.
He's a strange pick, but I'm thinking these are like the three ones I have first are all
Ryu in 15? KOF 15?
Yeah. As like a guest character.
Keep going.
Next is potentially Akuma.
Okay, never mind. Like, you're just going... I'll reply to, like, the point. Like, the Ryu... I think I told you this in private, but I don't think I ever mentioned it before. If they want to bring guest characters into 15, I do not want anybody that has mixed it up or had a chance to mix it up with anybody in the KOF world. Nobody. That means if anybody who was in CVS, either one of them, or any one of the incarnations, SVC, no.
Okay.
Now, I will make an exception. Let's say, for instance, it is Ryu. Ryu can be in there, and if it's a guest character team, the other two people have to be somebody that follows the criteria I just mentioned. People that have not been in, never gotten a chance to mix it up with the KOF roster in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
But you mentioned Akuma next.
Akuma, yeah, he's kind of been getting around these places. He made it into Tekken 7, of course.
What's up, Izo? And on top of that, I think Akuma's in the freaking Tekken lore now. I think he's canon because he was like Kazumi legit brought him in.
Yeah. Yeah. So Akuma, he's a popular character. He's like Ryu, but he's got a crazier style that would fit KOF a bit better and make sense. Maybe he could have a similar rivalry he did in SVC Chaos.
Just imagine the Raging Demon in freaking 15.
It would look way better than it would in Street Fighter 5.
I think the Raging Demon in there looks fine.
It looks great, but I feel like SNK always does the supers, or make the supers look way better somehow.
They get better, because if you don't, people gonna come. They go for it.
Number 3, Heihachi Mishima.
That makes sense.
Of course, Namco recently more recently, not super recently, but recently has done has had 2 different SNK characters in their games. They got Geese Howard in Tekken, and in Soul Calibur they got Hamaru.
Yeah.
And I could see Namco letting them use them because I don't know.
I'd like that to happen because. Well, you can go ahead.
Could be in if it's like Team Guest, it could also be the new version of Team Another World, I guess. Something like that.
Well, you know what? Seeing that, because I think somebody had commented on my video where I built the roster in my opinion. Somebody there had like a guest character team, but it was the Team Another World.
Yeah.
And I never thought about it like that, especially seeing that they can't have the incarnation from 14 in this game, or at least one of the characters. But I almost, for some reason, feel like they looked at that trio and it's like, seeing that they can't bring in Loveheart, with the exception of Nakororu, they're gonna freaking just axe Mui Mui too.
Yeah.
So like they were gonna give her 2 other people to like tag in with, because she's still in that universe, because we saw the ending of Team Another World.
Yeah.
And now looking at that, and then us joking about Kazumi earlier, or at least me, it was me joking. Siren just brought it up.
Yeah.
Well, he brought up one Kazumi, I brought up another.
Yeah.
Much like she did in Tekken 7, why not have Nakoruru bring in somebody from another world, whether it be like, make it even like crazier and make it a freaking like a not SNK game altogether, like a guest character. Let her bring the guest characters in there. I think that's a good idea. That would definitely shatter some expectations.
Yeah.
Because people are thinking that it's just gonna be another obscure SNK game. Like I've seen people saying, like, you know, including me, we're gonna see Jeanne d'Arc, which would be cool because of the whole thing with SNK heroines. There are people thinking we're gonna see a Last Blade character, which I'd be down for. People think it's gonna be a Sam Show Sam Show characters, and I'd be down for that too, because Team Sam Show is long overdue for KOF.
Yeah.
Like, but I would what's much more expectation shattering is if she brings in guest characters. That would be good. So the only thing is Heihachi
if it's
gonna
like
freaking...
I just thought of one.
Did you see Heihachi legit being like, you know, Nakoruru comes to him, like, it is just like, you stupid little brat, wow, I gotta obey what you say. And Nakoru's like, remember that geese guy? GK. That's bad, but keep going.
I mean, if we're going also off of SNK heroines, we could see Skullomania.
Yeah, but that'd be pretty funny. That'd be funny.
He could be on like a team with Ramon or some crap. I don't know. Be kind of fitting.
Oh god. I don't know why I just envisioned that. What y'all talking about over here? Love to see something more similar to a Battle Coliseum than a budget CVS2. I agree. Neo Geo Battle Coliseum something too. I like that.
I mean,
Akuma's way too obvious. I want to see Goken from Street Fighter 4 and
I would love to see
I like
Goken.
that. That's really good.
Goken
really good.
is like my
Goken,
favorite
yes.
Street Fighter Shoto by far.
Yeah. Even though people don't say he's a... I mean, he's not like
normal
Shoto, but
Shoto,
I mean...
but his Tatsu's basically his replacement for Shoryuken.
I mean, he's the father. I mean,
Yeah.
he's the father of the Shotos at this point. He's the father of that, somewhat.
He has a rising Tatsu. He's got a counter, and he's got like a really cool approach option.
The only character I really, really want, Izo in the chat. The only character I really, really want in KOF 15 is Duck King. I want to see Duck. I think Duck is cool.
I'd like to see that.
The name always kind of made me laugh a bit. Cause when I first saw the name Duck King, I thought maybe he might have been a boxer, cause you know ducking and throwing punches or whatever. But he's a breast cancer. And I still don't get why. And I don't get why it is Duck King though, because the petty ass, it's a baby chick. It's not a duck.
Yeah.
It's a baby chick.
You know what Duck King always reminded me of?
Oh.
Oh god. Have you ever watched the Goofy movie?
Oh no, you talking about Powerline?
He caught on like immediately.
It's actually dead on perfect. It's perfect. They need to bring Duck King back and get him like a freaking power line from freaking Goofy movie color palette. Yo, I wish I knew like some like on hand like you know immediate artists. I would like yo make that mess happen right now.
I think there's one in the server, but I don't know. It might take some convincing, but it'd be pretty funny.
Oh god. That was dope. Yeah. That was dope, honestly. That's really cool. I like that. Okay, what do we got? Jose. Tekken character in KOF would be awesome if you play Street Fighter Cross Tekken and then played really sick in a 2D fighter, 3D counterpart. That would be another reason as to why it's like kind of, expectation shattering. We haven't seen Tekken in a 2D light since Cross Tekken.
Yeah.
So that was too good. Freaking Power Line Duck King. Too good. Too good. Oh Lord. What was your next point when it came to E3?
Okay. Those were the.
I needed that.
Those...
I needed that.
Those were the three of the third-party characters I had planned, but I've got some first parties here. Okay. We got. Okay. First up, we have Ash Crimson.
Of course.
He's the third protagonist of KOF, and I feel like we need a game that has all four protags in it.
I 100,000% agree because Sam Show has basically become that. If you don't count the 3D games from 64 on to Sin, which is pretty much like KOF 12, you don't talk about it. So I just broke the cardinal freaking sin. But Samurai Showdown legit has become that because every single one of the mainline protagonists is in that game. Haomaru, of course, was the central protagonist of the first game, the first two, I think. Come 3, it was Shizumaru Same, who was guest DLC. Then it was the Kasama brothers. We got one in the beginning, then we got the other one later. We got Kazuki first, then Sogetsu. And then after that, Oshitora was the main protagonist. And then after that, if you don't count the fact there were technically two main protagonists when it came to the last Sam Show game, we got, people gonna hit me for, what's her freaking name? I'm drawing a blank on her already.
Darlie? I don't know.
No.
I don't play Sam Show.
No, the Swan Maid. The Swan Maid.
Is that the girl with, like, the weird, like, pan that...
A weird hand?
That summons, like a dragon as her, like, super?
No. Dang it.
I'm sorry, I don't know much about Sam Show. It's not my department.
Somebody in the chat got it. Nope. It's cool. And then he got think I might be on delay. Iroha.
Okay.
But also, like, that character Andrew, I think, was also the main protagonist in Sam Show 6.
Huh.
Like, if you don't, like, I mean, with the exception of Andrew, Sam Show 7 has every single mainline protagonist on the roster.
Yeah.
Why not do that for KOF? This is supposed to be a very ambitious game.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it this because most people don't like this word being attached to certain games in certain cases, but it's like KOF 15 could easily be like KOF Chronicles. All the protagonists, all here.
Yeah.
And this is the one instance where it could possibly actually happen.
Yeah.
People don't like him, but Shun is here. Kyo's always been here. K-Dash has been here ever since he debuted.
Yep.
All that's missing is Ashy Boy.
Yep.
But I do think they would save a reveal like that for like something big like E3. So I could see that happening. What else you got?
Let's see. I've got Nameless as one.
You gonna make somebody mad with that mess. Them K49 dudes gonna come for you.
Yeah, I know. Better get the shotgun.
Oh man, I feel so bad for them though, man. Nothing hurts worse than your freaking character getting excluded, especially with some mess like that. Especially.
Yeah.
It's so bad, but like, What else you got?
Let's see here. I've got Guy Tendo.
Guy. The other guy.
Yeah. From Bariki 1.
He would have honestly, like, I forgot who it was. This was back on one of my earliest prediction videos, like, probably the first one I did. I think they missed the boat when it came to getting a Bariki 1 team with an older Ryo Sakazaki.
Yeah.
I think they missed an opportunity there. Because, I mean, he could have, like, had, you know, a Bariki 1 team with Ryo on it. Even though technically, even though it's a little hard to believe, Ryo was actually a guest character in that game.
Yeah.
He was the guest. Because look at what they got now. It's Ryo, Robert, and King.
Yeah.
Robert could have been back with the family. You know, restaurant. Takuma could have came out of retirement. You know, give Ryo the Bariki 1 team, or basically Guy Tendo and Marco Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And then King, you know, whatever the heck they're doing with the women fighters. I'm trying to get off of that, but whatever they're doing with them, I mean, if you wanted to, like, King is a wild card. I mean, there's very few people I think that dislike King so much where it's like, I ain't teaming with this freaking chick, but get out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a surprise to see that it's gonna be Ryo, Robert, and King, but like, come on, man, that was a surprise, but it was an expectation shattering. No. The three of them have been on the same team before, albeit it was back in the days of the fours.
Yeah.
But I think they missed the boat when it came to doing that. They missed the boat. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
What else you got?
I've got, next up on the list, I have Sho Hayato.
Again, same thing with, you know, I mentioned this in my video. They could have easily explained why he was in the dojo in 13 with Ryo and Marco and company, and on top of that, people want to see like some obscure SNK representation in KOF.
When are we gonna get Neo Dio in here?
I mean, like, a Sho Hayate is like, come on, man. People want to see some Kazuna encounter. People know what that is. People know what Kazuna encounter is. Kazuna encounter for its time was a little groundbreaking. Pretty groundbreaking.
Yeah.
What else you got?
I've got, next up on the list, I have Geese Howard. Fan favorite?
Goose.
The Goose, yes.
The Goose.
The Goose.
Unless something has happened, you know, off screen, the Goose got to be by himself. Because, I mean, on top of that, he would have to be on the roster because this whole Dragon Scrolls thing, like, he's still trying to crack the code.
He's too popular also just to get, like, for him to just disappear a game later, especially when how they, like, did his, like, move setup in 14. Where
it's like
pretty changed.
And I know it's been kind of interesting, you know, him going around here throwing all the Tekken people on their heads and stuff with his little predictable. It's like, come on, though. I still couldn't believe Geese wasn't in 13. That was a little surprising to me.
Yeah. There was some artwork for it, but
it didn't ultimately happen.
Yeah, kind of like what's his face, Otto Haid, because he was originally going to be in the roster. There's your other fun fact for the day. But yeah, they just didn't have enough time for it.
Good old time constraints. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
I feel like Otto Haid would have played interesting in the game.
Absolutely, positively.
I hope he makes it to this one.
Disney reference. You hope he makes that. Oh yeah.
He could honestly be on a team with, like, Hyder.
I mean, Geese kind of didn't he get basically separated from his boys during the the Southtown team's ending? Like, he kind of got separated because, you know, Hein and old Billy Boy got left behind because he was going for Mr. Big.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, is there a chance Mr. Big will be in?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure he's a reference to like that same band that was like over here, but it got big in Japan because Mr. Big does the intro for the first season of Hellsing.
Huh.
Mr. Big, they're Mr. Biggest.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. What else you got?
Next up is Rock Howard / Garo team.
That's gonna happen. I want to see how they justify this. People keep coming at me talking about, well, you know, like enough time has elapsed since then, and it's like, okay, but like SNK is not like NetherRealm Studios when it comes to aging their characters.
Yeah.
Like, now you did mention, to be fair, you did mention that they did, what was it? They made Terry look a little bit older, I guess, in your opinion, and maybe Mary, but I don't know. I really don't know. But hey, at the same time, they can't ignore the popularity of The Rock Howard.
Yeah.
I had to make sure I didn't say just The Rock. I say, oh my goodness, he's in KOF 15?
He's an All-Stars, but not 15.
I know that, but that's just what I was saying. I love that.
Oh my god, the fact that he made it into All-Stars, I was like, what? Excuse me?
I mean, KOF and WWE are both getting that Saudi money, so why not?
Damn, okay.
Leave that alone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But
that was a surprise to see like them in like KOF All-Stars. That was a surprise. That was surprising.
Yeah.
Do we want to see the Jim Brothers
they look
KOF 15? I do.
I mean, if you're gonna say something about Rock, though, they would be literally probably the same age, if not younger, if you look at like the story. And like, if you look at 13, when like Kim's ending, they basically they're both basically they're like both sitting on top of like Ching and Choi.
But hey, to be fair, and to be fair, one good point I have seen is the fact, as you just put it, they have kept him off screen long enough for you to at least be given the impression that he might have like been growing up behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So I can understand that. I'm just really eager to see how they justify this though, because I like know they were trying to be respectful to the old Fatal Fury staffs by not like putting Rock all over the place, but come on, man. People love Rock. Come on. One of my friends, like one of my best frenemies when it comes to fighting games, legit was just like, I mean, he liked playing Hein. What's up, Jabril? If he's watching, he liked playing Hein, but ever since freaking KOF 15 came out, he was just like, "Where's Rock? Where's Rock? Where's Rock? Where's Rock? Where's Rock?"
Yeah.
People like Rock, man. Come on, man. People like Rock Howard, man. Rock Man is Mega Man or that freaking Marvel character, Rock Man. Yeah, I made a joke about like there being another character called Rock Man. It's a Marvel Comics freaking character.
Huh. I guess.
Anything else?
Yeah. Lastly, Hamaru.
So you think there's gonna be a Team Sam show in this game?
I mean, it's very well possible since, you know, the whole love heart situation, and potentially again, it could have a team. You know, what's it called?
If they want to, for me, if they want to apologize for how badly they botched everything when it came to Sam Show and everything else right now, if they put a freaking Team Sam Show team in KOF 15 and the net play and everything else is decent, then all is forgiven. All is forgiven.
Yeah.
But it's a good idea. I mean, because I just don't think, I don't think they'll be willing to like keep, you know, muy with her, because it's like, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like Nakoruru is like pretty much a shining star by herself. Then you put her on anything, then people are gonna love Nakoruru regardless. But it's like with her partners there, they don't have the star power that she does.
Yeah. I
You
thought
take
of a
one of them away,
couple
it's like you might have to freshen up the whole team, if you ask me.
Yeah. I thought of a few on
It'd
my
be
own.
a surprise. What's up?
Oh, I said I've
What's up?
thought of a few on my own, other characters, but you can keep going.
No, I was just gonna say, like, it'd be surprising if they freaking, like, reveal Love Heart and we found out, hey, we came to an agreement with, the guys that bought our freaking pachinkos. So now, hey, we got Pirate Girl back. But do I think it's gonna happen? Nah. It's a done deal.
Yeah.
Plus, they know it's like, come on. There's so much you can do with Nakoruru. Come on, SNK. Get creative. What's this new mess passing around right now? Think, man. Think.
Oh my god.
Think, SNK.
Yeah.
Think. And I don't keep up on memes like that much at all.
I still need to watch Invincible.
I just happened. Oh, okay. So that's where that came from. Okay.
Yeah.
I've just seen so many different variations of it. I don't keep up on memes like that. But come on, think, y'all. Think, man. Come on, man.
Okay.
Johnny in the chat. Maybe putting swords in KOF could damage the brand. Okay, so Nakoruru has a blade.
Yeah. Billy has a bow staff. Whip has a whip and a gun. Let's be real here. One of her supers, she just...
They're not that many. But there's some people in KOF that use weapons.
Yeah.
Or an object. I'm not saying they're like Anna Williams in Tekken 7 yanking a freaking bazooka out of the yin yang, but come on, man.
Crap.
She does.
I didn't even know about that one. Oh my god.
That's her little super in freaking Tekken 7.
Her rage art?
Yeah, rage art.
Damn.
You legit just freaking... Like, she freaking threw those kunai at you, freaking... It just picks that freaking thing out of nowhere, it came out of nowhere, and then just... She doesn't even just shoot you with the mess first, she knocks you in the air with the...
Jeez.
That's my friend, that's my brother John's character. I don't know why I decided to freaking try and pick up Anna Williams in Tekken 7, but the mess been fun. But I mean, like I said, and you freaking Jose just said it, Foxy. It's like, what about Foxy?
Foxy has a sword, yeah.
What about freaking Maxima and his giant freaking...
Robo arms.
Freaking robo arms in that doggone
Hype
cavity
beam.
where he shoots freaking torpedoes from.
Yeah.
In the middle of his midsection.
Man's literally has hype beam.
Talking about the hack and slash vibe thing, not weapons in general. Ah, okay.
Again, Foxy has something similar to that.
I mean, maybe, I guess, if you put a whole team full of people there with that stuff, it is a little bit sus. You really think about it, it's like, okay, here go Team AOF, we got freaking Kyoku Ginryu and King, like the babe with the freaking kick with the sick chicks. I mean, the chick with the sick kicks. There we go. We got her, and then all of a sudden we got Shune and all this other stuff and everything. Maiten-kun, sleepy guy, but he's deceptively powerful and all this other stuff. Shune got powers from this weird thing that invaded the tournament, but he hasn't mastered the power yet. And Benny Maru got shot. Like, basically everybody's using stuff that's like within themselves, though. But then here comes all these people in here with weapons and
We've got Xanadu, who's basically overdosed.
Oh my god. I can't wait for y'all to like watch the video where I react to like a lot of the interesting theories about KOF 15 that people like have on this one forum. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun. But I can see what it's called. Like, I guess, like I say, when you have a bunch of people in like KOF, yeah, people that use like fireballs and like, you got robots and stuff like that. So I guess maybe like a fully like team full of samurai and people with like weapons like swords and stuff, kind of sus.
I mean,
like everybody's here is using like their natural chi and their natural energy. It's within themselves, and like here y'all are bringing like weapons here and stuff. And it ain't even like silly weapons. It ain't like no freaking cartoonish big spongy freaking mallet or anything. These are people with like blades and stuff. Like, as much as I love this character, just try to imagine this, because I can see, in this case, this is where I can see Johnny's coming from. I love this character, but I just could not see her in KOF. But you put a Darly dagger in freaking KOF.
Oh
And you've seen what that weapon can do.
Yeah, it can turn into like a dentist drill.
And just how much blood this character spills is like. So I can see I can see where he's coming from, but we shall see. I mean, I think they should use Nakoruru like I said, I think everybody that is proposing her being the bridge to bringing in guest characters, listen to that. I think that's a good idea. I think it's a great idea.
Alright. I had 2 other ideas of characters.
For E3?
Yeah.
Okay. What you got?
I just thought of one. One, I'll just do one that's first party, and then I'll give my other idea after it. Silver from Bariki 1 could be an interesting one, especially if Akuma were to show up in this game.
That man wants the Bariki 1 characters in there, but hey, I can't blame him for that. One thing, if you're gonna, as some people call it, KOF crossover the video game, if you're gonna do that, by all means, come on, man. Variation, variety. It'll add something a little bit fresh. You want, see, another reason why I want a lot more newer characters and, people that have never gotten a chance. I don't want this to feel like KOF 14 with just a couple of characters that were not there before. And yeah, I understand mechanics are different and all that. I get that. But the roster, come on, man. Spice that roster up some. It's cool with all the shakeups and the team stuff, but come on, man. Point is that you have to balance making money, marketing, and being cohesive because the lore, fandom, etc. People are seeing 15 as a canon game, whatever that means. Yep, absolutely.
I mean, if it's a canon game, it obviously means it's not like a dream match game like KOF 2002 UN or 2002.
Yep, no dream. Exactly, no dream match here.
Or 98,
no
I think.
here.
Is 98 the dream match, or is it 97? One of the games, I think. I think it's 98, right?
Yep, I happen to agree. But I will say this, like I said, in addition to his point, there's not anybody up there with a big freaking sword. There's nobody with a Siegfried-sized sword over here freaking slashing and stuff, so... I mean, nobody has anything crazy far as, blunt weapons, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Like I said, I feel where you're going with that. And I almost feel like if they put a character like that in there, it might kind of make things look a little silly. Mega Josh, Athena should be on the women's team to shatter all expectations. That would be surprising.
I guess.
But at the same time, maybe it would be a bit shattering because that would mean no Psycho Soldiers?
Yeah, where would Psycho Soldiers be? Where's Bao and Kenso?
And you know Kenso's not going to stop simping for Athena. Come on. He's being patient, he's playing his freaking position, but he ain't going to stop simping for Athena. Or maybe he has, maybe there's some other person he's trying to pursue. Some other women fighter he's trying to pursue. And then Athena turns back around and gets jealous because she's not chasing him anymore. That's a bad storyline. SNK, don't use that, please.
Don't do it.
Don't put no teenage freaking trauma medicine. See, look at me look at me, I'm almost damaging the brand with these jokingly bad ideas. Oh god. Oh god. I'm not even gonna ask that question because y'all are gonna get too creative with it. What's the next thing you got on your list?
Not really list, but it's another character idea I had was Mitsurugi potentially.
Haishido Mitsurugi. I almost feel like, well, I didn't initially say that he should have been in freaking Sam Show, but at the same time, I was also a very huge proponent that if they were gonna bring a Caliber character to Sam Show, it just can't be him, because it's come on, we got Haomaru versus him in Soul Calibur. Bring somebody unexpected to Sam Show, like Nightmare, Siegfried, Talum,
Sophia.
anybody but Sophitia, Cassandra, anybody but Mitsurugi. Anybody but Mitsurugi.
It's like when you want a Darkstalkers representative, you don't just want freaking Morgan.
And I don't think, now that I think, like, yeah, one of the reasons why I think they had pushed Nakaruru so hard into KOF is because you look at the way she plays, though, like, she plays in a way, honestly, where you could take her Samsho style and, you know, tweak it to where she doesn't look too silly, it doesn't look too out of place, it doesn't look too dopey, it doesn't look boring when she brings it to KOF.
Yeah.
I wonder how you would do that with somebody like, you know, these, you know, samurai, whatever, Haomaru or whatever. I personally am annoyed by this fool whenever I had to fight him, but I could even see like it being like a Yoshitora, for instance. A Yoshitora is like a combo machine, so it's like, oops. But let me address that one thing, because you mentioned all these characters being like possible reveals for E3, hopefully, or in one shape or another. The one thing that I want for E3 is there's got to be confirmation of a KOF 15 beta.
Yeah.
They need to do that, and that's just not us talking, y'all just want to play the game too fast. No. If they like put out a beta and they're like really invested in doing like you know, implementing rollback netcode and all this other stuff and everything, and even with the gameplay like mechanics, even with stuff like that, check and see how you've done far as progression. Do like Strive, and like I said, it's not this because people always talk about, I get that people want to own like all their own stuff and everything, but this is not like copying. Strive did not invent the concept of surveys. Okay, so it's like, put a survey out there once you let people tell you what they like, let people tell you what they didn't like, and then you build it from there. You got plenty of time to still like work on the game if you put the beta out that weekend or that week or whatever, but you gotta announce it and put a date on that mess and see how far you come. I mean, look at what Guilty Gear Strive did. People were upset about the fact they pushed that game back, but looking at how the second beta went, it seemed that they did the best thing. They made the right decision. Because the lobbies are still kind of meh. Not really good.
Yeah.
So now they got more time, technically like 12 more days.
This is how I usually view anything if I see it. Everything,
right.
It's probably not the best way about going things, but everything is bound to be taboo in some way. ArcSys has this amazing internet connection, but we're the most god-awful lobbies of all time for a fighting game.
Yeah, but their lobbies have always been kind of like wacky. See, I almost look at ArcSys the same way I look at NetherRealm Studios. They try super hard, extra hard to be different from all like the other games. Even if it involves like going a little too crazy with the way like they make their lobbies.
So we're gonna make the lobby. You have to play an entire. This is how Guilty Gear. What is it? This is their 5th game, 6th game, I guess. I don't know. Guilty Gear 7. Okay, so you're gonna have to play an entire chess match, right? And by the end of the chess match, you get to enter the lobby. And the lobby, you see, is a checkers match. Whoever wins that match, you get to match up with someone.
You low-key reminded me that used to be like a thing in Mortal Kombat Deception. There was like I forgot what it was called, but it was like legit chess, but with Mortal Kombat characters that you picked or whatever. You get to pick who were the pawns and all the different pieces. You pick who was the rooks and the queens and the knights and the bishops and the king. Like, it's crazy.
Quick, everyone,
that's
vote
what you
down
indirectly
below
reminded me of.
in the comments. Do you want to see an episode of The Shattering where we just play chess?
I mean, I personally love the game of chess.
I love it too. It's pretty fun.
I personally love it though, but I'm pretty sure Anybody outside of there thinks the mess is boring than watching freaking rocks roll down a freaking wet paint wall, I guess.
I don't know, it's been getting pretty popular on Twitch.
Ooh, nice to know. Nice. Chess Revolution. What y'all talking about over here? Billy Kane being solo in KOF 13 is kind of confusing. I always wondered if he was originally meant to team up with Geese and Adelheid. We'll probably never know. That would have... I would logically think...
Adelheid, though? Sorry, keep going. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, your question was right. Why do you team with Adelheid? I mean...
He has a better chance to team with, like, Hyder or something because of 13's storyline.
Maybe. But I do think maybe that's the reason why, because they got cut at the last minute. There's a lot of stuff y'all put here because they're getting deep. SNK has a lot of beloved characters from Kazuna and Counter to World Heroes. Question is if they want to introduce weapons in KOF games. Okay, so that's where you initially brought it up. I mean, like I said, I made this point earlier. Maybe a whole team that's armed with weapons might be a little bit silly. I mean, if the if the Ikari Warriors can come in there and leave like all the freaking crazy mess back there behind, then...
yes. Hamaru with punches only.
I mean, he's done it before. It's just that he's not his most powerful.
I guess whenever you drop your weapon, right?
Yeah. Whether you drop it or you get SS weapon flipped and all that. The thing about that game is certain characters would get like certain abilities that they only could use when they were unarmed, which is pretty cool. But it was preferred that you were always armed. If Ash Crimson is now alive, then that would already mean his ancestor Psyche is also alive. I would like to think that's true, but I don't think Psyche actually died. I think he got trapped in like a realm or something. What was that mess they said?
I thought
he was trapped in the present. I'm like, how you get trapped in the present?
What happened, I'm pretty sure, is he got erased from time itself, as opposed to, although Ash being here
that's
because
the thing.
of the paradox.
Like he got erased. Well, that's the thing. He got erased from time. He didn't actually die.
He didn't die. He got erased from time. The question is, can he be unerased? Can he be redrawn into time?
Okay, maybe so. Erased, trapped in the present, fate unknown, possibly deceased. I mean, why not?
Who knows? Maybe Psyche's trapped in the boss of KOF 15.
Maybe since y'all like... Which is that?
I said who knows? Maybe Psyche's trapped in the boss of KOF 15.
Hey, y'all like the way I voiced Psyche when we did the voice acting thing. Maybe I should be pushing for Psyche to freaking be in KOF 15 so I can get myself a job. Voice acting game.
Yes, KOF and its classic dubs.
Yeah. I'll save that for like the video in question.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Why not? Let's give y'all a sneak peek then. So one of the big crazy theories that was on that forum talking about predictions for KOF 15, they were like, KOF 15 will finally get a good English dub, and I legit laughed out loud at that. And I'm like looking at, unless like, for instance, unless SNK pulls like a Guilty Gear Strive, then I can't see that happening.
How would they afford that?
Saudi money, man.
I guess.
I need to stop that. A lot of wrestling podcasts I listen to just love making fun of the WWE for like the mess. They're like Saudi money, like they don't even call. Particularly one called Solid Monster. Shout out Solid Monster. Solid Monster is awesome. He legit like calls every single time they go over there. It's like Saudi money 2020. Oh, stop. Let me stop. But y'all will see it when, I post that video. I ended up like, I legitimately fell out my chair laughing when somebody said that. You think they're gonna erase the Sud American team and the other newcomers before the lore? Good question. That's a good question. I guess when you say South America, I think you're talking about, are you talking about Team South America? Because in case, like, you haven't heard me on previous podcasts, I like the three of them. I like them. I just know, generally speaking, a lot of folks did not like them. Why? I mean...
I doubt they're going to drop Nelson, but...
Nelson seems to be the only one that has, like, a storyline of some sort there. You know, the whole thing with the arm and all of that.
Yeah. Like, the resurgence of Nest in some way, like, miniature Nest.
Maybe I just found it like a breath of fresh air because, you know, how often, like, aside from maybe like Kyo and Benimaru and Shingo, how often do you hear like team members where it's like, you know, Team South America is very chummy. You know, they were like, hey, you know, let's do this again, and da-da-da-da. Like, they went their separate ways, yeah, but it's like, you know, hey, let's team up again, let's do it again. It's like, I just thought they were kind of a rarity when it came to this game, to be honest. It's the same thing, like, I pick on Shune a whole bunch, but I've said this before. If they had, like, better executed, you know, pushing Shune as the main protagonist, I think he could have been quite a favorite, if you ask me, because compared to all the other protagonists, then he wasn't exactly, you know, super like strong. Like, you know, he has power, but it's like he doesn't know how to harness it yet. And so, but on top of that, the thing I see about him is the fact his best friend, who, not to say he's bad or anything, like Meichin-kun is deceptively strong, but they spar and he always loses. I mean, people, I've said it before, Shune could have been like that one character that, you know what, he may not ever be as big as, like, you know, Terry, Rio, Kyo, K-Dash, or even Ash Crimson, but he could have been a good protagonist because you would want to root for him because he doesn't always win. That's the thing. It's like, when it comes to like some certain good characters, part of their appeal ironically comes from the fact that they don't always win. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I mean, people like an underdog. You know, I haven't watched it like I'm not up to speed like probably some of you are and some of my close friends are.
Is it My Hero?
But that's like one of, like, even probably you. But I hear that is the appeal of the main character in My Hero Academia.
I need to
the fact like he's the
get Crunchyroll. I need to get Crunchyroll working somehow so I can actually continue watching that.
I actually have the box set of the first season, but I always hear from people, it's like, you know, the main guy, you want to cheer for him and everything. It's like people like that, but SNK kind of botched that, to be honest. Like, honestly, it might have not made all the sense in the world, but maybe he should have been with somebody like a Benimaru from the beginning, somebody big. And that's not a slight at Tung Fu Ru, but come on. Who's the bigger name? Who's more popular, Tung Fu Ru or Benimaru?
I don't know, I like Tung quite a bit, but Benimaru is probably more popular.
Exactly.
I mean, he's been in a lot more than Tung, to be fair, though.
I mean, people like Duck a whole bunch, and Duck's only been in a couple of games, and now, I don't know how generally popular he is, but come on. You can make an impact you can make a big impression off of one appearance, if you're sharp.
Yeah. Are we gonna get a Hokuto Futaba?
Bruh, come on YouTube.
What? What's happening?
It's like I'm looking at the stream health and like something else is happening, and I never had this many issues this time streaming.
I don't know, maybe something's going on.
If something falls out, y'all know why. But what else y'all got on here? Supposed to be released in well, hold up. Mega Josh said, I wouldn't be surprised if KLF 15 got delayed. A lot of y'all are not gonna like this. But I am of the belief that this game should be delayed. I know I keep bringing it up, but I mean, hey, it's a recent example, and we've seen instances where it is a good example. I just mentioned
Cyberpunk?
everything with Strive. I mentioned everything with Strive. Strive legit got delayed. People complained, but look at like the second beta. The lobbies still weren't solid. KOF 15 is already kind of on the ropes at this point because of everything. Whether you want to talk about SNK rollback, whether you want to talk about people not seeing their ideal characters and all that. Now, I'm of that opinion right now, but I have to see some more before I say, you know what? Before I say 100%, yeah, this might need to be delayed. I'm not quite there yet because at least now we're getting mechanics. They're starting to show those off. To be honest, I couldn't really say anything. I could 100% side with either whether they should delay it or not if they put a beta out and depending on how it rolls. That's the best I can do. I want to give them a shot. But the best way I can do that is with a beta. Because all we're really doing is just seeing stuff now. And yeah, I understand, but like, we play these games. We're not just here watching, we play these games.
Yeah.
You see and also you feel things. Are these controls responsive? Are the mechanics solid? Are they consistent? We can look at all the trailers we want to, but like if we don't get a feel for it, that's another reason why I think we need a freaking KOF 15 beta. We need it. I don't know if we're at the halfway point when it comes to like them revealing characters. I would think, me personally, I think the halfway point would be at the 25th character revealed.
Yeah, potentially.
But yeah, I'm 50-50. Like, I'm leaning more towards it, but it's like I'm 50-50 on whether or not the game should be like delayed or not. I gotta have a beta to determine that.
Yeah, I feel like it would be too early to determine whether or not, because we haven't even had the game in our hands yet.
Problem with South American team is that Japanese people don't understand how South American people look like. I don't live in the jungle yet. I happen to agree.
South America ain't talked about much. Let's be real here. Even in America, it ain't talked about much.
I just wonder where in the world did they get an idea to make a guy a freaking weeb? And that's not to like pick. I think Banderas is a cool character. Don't get me wrong. A little goofy, but he's okay. I don't think he's bad. He's okay. But where did y'all get that idea? What the? Oh my god. It's like... I'm flabbergasted at that. But that's true, though. Like, I don't know, like, I mean, over time I got used to it, but I didn't get, like, the whole, what do they call it then? Because isn't it, like, the little markings that Nelson has, they're called tan marks, aren't they? Tan lines? Kind of like it's a fashion sense type of thing. Like, some people actually legit, like, try to, like, go out and, like, they'll try to get themselves tan, where it's, like, you know, the lighter portion of their skin will, like, be, like, what is I'm looking for? Like, certain shapes.
Wow.
Like, I'm pretty sure, like, Nelson has, like, tan lines. I'm pretty sure that's what that is.
Damn. I remember, that just reminds me of the skin I made for Benimaru, where I made it look like he had, like, a major tan line where, like, but he was, like, shirtless, where his, like, shirt would be. So it was just all pale. I thought it was just hilarious.
I'm glad, like... I just never, like, Johnny got me with that one. I never just sat back and was like, you know what? This mess is kind of kooky. I thought and then on top of that, if y'all might remember, then they actually had Zarina wearing like a Bandata theme like style outfit in freaking SNK Heroine. Just like, come on.
It was a
Yes.
little.
I know one thing, they better not reveal that team at E3 because that mess is gonna get some heat.
Yeah.
That is gonna get some beat. That's gonna get some.
People would be pissed.
That's gonna be some ash, crimson, green heat they're gonna get for that.
Everyone would be so pissed if that happened.
Like I said, I don't think those three characters were all that popular, and like I said, I think all of them are okay. What's up, Common Rider? I think, wow, I just never thought about it that way. You just never sit back and be like, what were y'all thinking with Team South America? Like, hey, that's okay. What were y'all thinking when y'all did that? Oh, Lord. What else over here? People are starting to ask for an open beta for KL15 because of what happened with Arxus. I mean, to be honest, that should be the standard. That should be the standard. Because if you really want to see like who's going to really be invested with the game, you would put it out there, listen to what people are saying, and like have enough nuance to know like what criticism is valid. If a whole bunch of people are saying the exact same thing, then you gotta address something. You gotta address something. Like, I almost think that should be a requirement. Nah, I understand certain companies really can't do that and everything. And I understand the concept of wanting to be like surprised at the end of the day, but come on. What song is this? Freaking... Holy siren.
What?
Siren, siren, siren.
What song did you get?
Maybe I just slid over it maybe then, but I didn't know you had freaking Hotaru's freaking theme song in my freaking in this freaking playlist.
Yeah, I have hers in there. I like it kind of.
I legit almost thought I might have clicked into like one of my playlists.
No, it's Hotaru's.
If you read the KOF manga, of course Nelson's gonna have an interesting, cool storyline. My bad. I think I hit the microphone. I'm only laughing. I'm not laughing at the comment. I'm just trying to picture what people would just look like seeing Nelson return. Just trying to picture it.
I know Max would be like, "Oh, this guy," or something like that. He's not going to be like freaking out over Nelson.
No, if Nelson has a good freaking trailer, maybe that might balance it all out. At least
Give him
that's
like
how
a little
I
bit
try.
more, like give him a couple more moves, maybe. I feel like he had like 2 special moves.
Oh my god. But like, I've always been of the opinion where it's like, you know what, on first sight, I might not like a character. I might not like him, you know, visually or whatever. But I always try to say, hey, you know, let's check out the gameplay trailer and let's see, you know, let's see how they play. Sometimes I don't change my mind. Sometimes I don't. Maybe that might have to happen with like when it comes to Nelson. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think Nelson, like, cause somebody on one of my I think it was actually Fabio. I'm trying to remember y'all then because I appreciate y'all, you know, my usual people that come around and like, you know, on the streams and comment on the videos and all that. I always appreciate it. But like somebody figured, but I'm gonna try to take a little bit of their question and put it like this. Do you possibly think that if they bring back Nelson and seeing the little hints in the manga that he has a storyline, and you know I've always been of the opinion where if you want to try to get new characters over with the fans, you gotta sometimes pair them with somebody more established. Do you possibly think that Nelson could be on like a boxing themed team?
Like Heavy D?
In 15. Which is exactly who freaking Johnny in the chat mentioned. He was like, sadly, Nelson could be seen as a Heavy D replacement.
I mean, I guess potentially.
You said sadly, so I'm pretty sure it kind of hurt you to say that. my god. Team South America. I love those freaking characters, but boy, oh boy, were they not liked by everybody.
Team South America, but Marco replaces Banderas.
Maybe that's the reason why they don't like him. It's like, really, y'all? Y'all went Team South America, you couldn't even get freaking Marco up in this? Really? What's wrong with y'all?
Listen, man, we could not afford to get the voice actor back. I'm sorry.
Like, what the world? It's like y'all couldn't get Marco Rodriguez in Team South America. Like, how about, like, for all we know, Marco could have had, like, a dojo or something. He could have been training people in freaking, like a dojo or whatever, being like, I want to be like Rio Sensei.
Yeah.
A lot of people really didn't like Rio being back, and they were like, this might be a bit controversial in a ways, I'm not sure, but there are certain people that were like, you know what, why did y'all bring back Rio? Y'all could have easily brought in Marco Rodriguez and just kept Rio out of KOF.
What?
Because Marco does everything better than Rio does. I'm not going to tell y'all who said this, I'm just reading it, I just happened to find it, I'm not going to put anybody on blast. But yes,
like
this person was like,
I've heard.
What'd you say?
That's like one of the dumbest things I've heard.
oh shoot, uh-oh, y'all made Siren call you dumb. I don't know why I picked up my freaking blender bottle. Acting like I'm freaking making, like, playing an instrument or something, like freaking shaking something.
Well,
Y'all done made the man call you stupid.
Yep. Okay, so...
Why is that stupid? Why is that stupid?
Primarily because he's a mainstay, but for one, without Rio, we wouldn't have KOF. And he's an important character, for one. Two, he's such a cool character. He's a little basic around some edges, but like he's like better than Ryu. And three, Marco can't even do the punches without being in a special mode in Garo. Four, we wouldn't have the chance of Mr. Karate 2, which would be way better than Mr. Marco Rodriguez out here, because he's literally Mr. Karate. Have you seen what he's capable of in 13? Despite the fact he's a different character, we're gonna get pretty close in terms of, power.
Oh man.
And 5, he can do whole Shokoken midair. I want to see Marco do that.
Maybe he can. Marco's probably grown. You never know. But at the same time, I think one point of yours that I think will stick harder than all the others is the fact that people don't like it, but hey, it is what it is. You gotta have some of these beginner level, like, easy to pick up characters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rio is that, but at the same time, once you really practice and get good with Rio, it's amazing the stuff that you can pull off.
Yeah. It's like Kim. He's beginner friendly, but once you get him going, you figure out his stuff, your health is gone. It's been disappeared. Call the cops, report a robbery of your health.
Jose says, Rick Stroud definitely should be in KOF 15. They put Li Zhangfei in the series, so it should be no problem with Rick Stroud to be in the series too. Big Rick.
Should also put Sokaku.
Big Rick. Since everybody mentions how Vanessa lifted a lot of what she does from Rick, then they should have just... Like, imagine, like, the Asians team has to go, like, to, like, a sports arena to, like, explore, like, I guess spy on somebody, like, try to find somebody who might allegedly be in the area. And then Rick, out of nowhere, randomly just singles out Vanessa. Like, you, I done heard from people you done jacked a lot of the stuff that I freaking do then. Let's see what you really don't fist the cups and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. I wonder if like Joe Yabuki had like an influence on some of the boxing characters in KOF. 'Cause I know like he influenced Kyo's design, but I mean, aside from the fact that that and Ashita no Joe is like considered one of like the best manga of all time, I wonder if I could have some additional influence on that. Johnny in the chat. Only character I don't want back is Sylvie Paula Paula. The gigantic eyes on her head really freaks me out. Did people? I still wonder. Like, did people really like Sylvie all that much?
I don't know. I always thought she was a little bit of an odd design, but I know her whole design is supposed to be all cluttered and stuff.
What was that mess I said? That one person said that she looked like, what was it, like a Easter basket? I don't know. It was something about an Easter basket.
Something like that.
It's like, I mean, I feel like Sylvie could have been a lot more. It's just that, again, they didn't put a lot to her. I don't like it when people make like very strange designs and yet they do nothing with them. Like, I still wonder what the world is Xanadu looking at after he does his freaking super, like his climax. I wonder what he's doing. Like, what is he looking at? Like, he freaking beats the mess out of you, pounds on you, then all of a sudden there's this light, and he just looks at it and he's just bathing in the light. It's like, what is that? What is that?
I don't know. Bounty break it on it.
I don't get that. It's like, what the world? Because then it makes it seem like a lot of people are like telling the truth. It's like, you're just freaking making weird characters just for the sake of making weird characters. It's like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Also, man, we always gotta have that oddball character. Without fighting games, wouldn't be fighting games.
And since we're talking about a lot of the newcomers in freaking KOF 14, the crazy thing with that is, that's another reason why I think that they're gonna go for more of like old school actual, you know, characters instead of like newer characters and such, because they put so many in 14 and like most of them people didn't like, so it's like maybe SNK is like, why should we put more new characters in there? They didn't like the ones we put out last time, because most people didn't like Team South America, didn't like Sylvie. Well, hold up, let me see. I was trying to look up that popularity poll that the SNK community manager did. I want to emphasize that the SNK community manager went through the results of the popularity poll on the stream. I'm gonna say that again because somebody wanted to be very smart about this. The SNK community manager went through the results of the popularity poll on the stream. Not no freaking average Joe, no above average Joe, below average Joe, yesterday's Joe, tomorrow's Joe, next week's Joe, next month's Joe, next year's Joe, next century's Joe, next decade's Joe. It was the SNK freaking community manager that did this. Since some of you, not in the chat, but not the ones like in the chat that are talking, but a few of you trying to be smart, trying to be being the operative word. Sylvie ranked in this poll at 36, and that is out of 55 placements.
That's not horrible, but that's not amazing either.
If you want to like, if you all want an idea of like how these people, at least this particular chunk of people voted or whatnot. Now I will say this: it's a chunk of people. Don't get me wrong; like it's a random pool, okay? But people love to get on my case about the fact like it's not an official poll. They didn't do that. There was no official poll. It's like SNK has not done an official poll since Sam Show, okay? That was the last time SNK legit did like a full-on poll from SNK by SNK Blammo. Alright? The reason why, like, I didn't even like use this, I'm not even going into detail about that, but let's just get into the numbers. Who do you think is the bottom character on this poll, Siren, Mr. Richardson?
I'd say probably Chin. Or...
Nope.
Okay.
And this is the KOF 14 full roster, by the way. Everybody, all the DLC, all that.
Shune?
Nope.
Wow, okay. Banderas?
Nope. Think big.
Think big.
Yes.
Cheng.
No.
Antonov.
No.
Thank God, because I love Antonov.
Think bigger and bossier.
Oh. Verse?
Yes. At the very bottom. With this pool, this freaking poll, which, by the way, if y'all want to look in the chat, I will put a link in there so y'all can look at it for yourselves. Oh yeah, first time I've ever commented in my own chat. First is matter of fact, I'll send it. Well, like, let me see. I'll send this to you too. Yeah, I'll put it in the Discord.
All right.
You see it right there at the bottom. Verse is at the very bottom with 67 votes in. On top of that, he's the only character that has a two-figure number. Gongil at least got 107 so fans, allegedly.
Is he like number 2?
I don't know.
Not number 2, but like the one like at the below.
Dang it, my phone is low on battery, 15%. Sorry if I was going to have to cut short. Could be on the chat. Shattering with you guys. Peace out. Thanks always for dropping by, Jose. Always appreciate you coming by. Always appreciate your input too. Take care. Like I said, be safe out there. See you. Get the phone charged back up. Nothing worse than like the battery going low and like you gotta freaking find the outlet.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly, Johnny. Congrats, you're not a virgin anymore. Yeah. Now, like I said, Sylvie freaking hit 36 out of freaking a couple of placements, and I say placements because there's a couple of ties here. Because you see Oswald and Ralph tied, you see Kinso and Andy tied, and Cho and Meijin-kun tied. That's weird.
Wow,
Choi and Meijin-kun tied. What'd you see?
You say Choi and Meijin-kun?
Yep. Both of them placed 52nd.
Wow. It's pretty low on the list.
And the thing is, they brought Sylvie back in with freaking SNK heroines. You gotta go get the dog.
Yeah, 1 second.
All right. We're gonna take care of the dog. But yeah, it's like I always like just seeing how badly the characters, the new ones, not the newer ones, but the new ones. Seeing how few of them were really favored by fans, I could see this roster, the KOF 15 roster, being more tailored towards your old favorites. Like, we're going to see more people that we haven't seen in a minute. I'm fairly confident we're going to see freaking Shinwoo. Elizabeth is back in the picture. Ash is alive. It's like, sheesh. But a lot of people, like, hold up. Somebody mentioned there's a 3D model rendered for Rick Stroud. Not sure if he made KOF 15 or a new Fatal Fury game. Hopefully it wasn't a fan, like, render or something, because I've been seeing, like, fans legit just freaking rendering stuff. Like, there was a fan that rendered, what was it? It was a 3D render of, not Rio, but Ryu in Street Fighter 5. And it looked like it came out of Street Fighter 5. It's so crazy. But yeah, we have still not got a...
I'm back.
One of my closest friends that plays KOF also likes Sylvie, so far as in my chat, maybe you might be the only Sylvie fan, but there's some of y'all out here. There's a nice bunch out here. Like I said, she did not place low. She's not even like in the bottom 10, I don't think. Nope. Because usually when it comes to KOF 14, like favorite new characters, it's usually either Kugri or Luong. It's usually one of those two. Like I say, Team South America, not well received. I like them, but most people don't. Sylvie, polarizing. I think was kind of underrated. Well, what can you do with a butler?
Stuff.
What can you do with a butler? And it's like, what's up, Siren?
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Alright. But it's like, you got a butler with like a crazy side or whatever. Like, he has some type of power. He's not like most other butlers, so. I personally like Xanadu, but at the same time, I could see why a lot of people did not like him then. People really, like, you have to. I'm gonna use the word that, I'm gonna phrase it the way the Fighters generation, phrases it. People are really, like, kind of 50-50 when it comes to those freak designs. Like, this dude looks like something out of, like, a freaky freaking traveling circus or something. Like, when I first saw Xanadu, I'm like, this is, like, what the world is up with this guy? Like, what is up with, like, this, the stuff on his head there and all that, and, like, he got a blue beard, nearly, like, that like, what is up with this guy? And so I pick him up, and I freaking play him, and it's like, oh, so he's a grappler, but, like, he has one of, like, the most wackiest command grabs ever. Really?
I'm back.
This is a big, probably maybe, I'm gonna guesstimate 280-pound freaking cult leader looking dude who freaking is picking up a bunch of other grown people, women and men, and even like younger men and like young men and young women, and rocking them to sleep before freaking folding them like an accordion and slamming them into the ground.
Xanadu do got that crazy stuff.
What the world? What is up with this? Like, he's 238 pounds. Like, this is like, what? But I ended up thinking he was actually pretty cool. Like, I mean, the design is way out of whack, but it's like, hey. I don't know. Crazy. I guess it really is crazy. Oh, boy. Try to imagine if Xanadu actually makes a comeback. This is gonna be funny. This is gonna be funny. This is gonna be funny. But Mega Josh, that is actually the same exact Korea team that I proposed in my video of how I'd build a roster. Kim Jun-hoon and Mei Lee Jinju, and believe me, like, I really like Mei Lee Jinju. Somebody, like, I think one of my friends tried to make fun of me talking about, like, what's up with you and these lollies? I'm like, I'm not, get out of here. I'm like, you can't compare her to Mui Mui, I don't think.
Oh yeah, no. Or like Kula, or I guess Bayo, although Bayo's a dude.
Last time we saw Mei Lee, she was 7 freaking team in. That's why in my video I also said if they did a Psycho Soldier team, I would have the third person be Momoko instead of Chin. Put Chin on the Masters team because people still like him whether you want to admit it or not. But Momoko along with that little trio, like, I ain't saying they gotta be freaking grown or whatever, because a grown Psycho Soldiers team, awkward looking, but whatever. I mean, but like, sheesh. Well, we're winding down, and as we usually do the wind down, you know what it is. Guess who's next?
Guess who's next?
Who is going to be the next KOF 15 character revealed? What you got in mind, Siren?
Let's see. I'm gonna say Vanessa.
He's going from the bluest of Marys to the reddest of redhead punchy people.
Yes, that.
Vinny V. The vicious E. Vanessa.
Yep.
I actually don't even know who to guess at this point then, because the Blue Mary thing threw me off. When in doubt, I guess I can always go for like... I'm gonna say K-Dash.
Okay.
I'm gonna say K-Dash. That's all I got. Oh my god, at this point, they might as well just reveal him. I mean, you already threw one mix-up with the Blue Mary thing. Just go ahead and throw K-Dash in there, and then it's like, okay, we're taking a break from the whole Mary thing. So now, where does it leave us with everybody else? So I'll guess K-Dash. Mega Josh says he is insisting that Athena will be on the women fighters team. As long as Athena's been around, well, then again, like I said, I could see that happening. This is just my opinion, but I've always just seen that team, when you look at the entire roster, all the different people that have been on that team, it's like you got all-star, veteran characters, Mai, King, Mary, Yuri, Chizuru, and then you got like young upstarts, Meili, Hanako, frickin' Kasumi, like younger upstarts. Athena would kind of be in the middle then, because Athena, I think, would still be young, but like she's been around for a minute.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the world finally going back to normal? If you're talking about the pandemic, I don't think we're back to normal quite yet.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting there.
We're getting
there, I suppose. Close, I want to say. Sort of. But that's my guess for the next character trailer. It's going to be K-Dash. I might just keep guessing K-Dash until this trailer comes out, because the Mary thing done throw me off of like even trying to guess anything outside the box. Because I bet you we're going to get swerved with this next freaking trailer. We're going to get swerved again. It's going to be something really freaking silly.
Yep. Probably.
But that's all the time we got for y'all today on this edition of The Shattering. Oh, as always, I'm always glad, always happy to have all of y'all come through. The usuals, new people, all of that, because I saw some new faces. You think things get worse? Who knows? That's all I can say is who knows.
It's always a chance, but who knows?
I'm gonna use one of my favorite YouTubers things when it comes to like dealing with people. People are hecking complicated. That's the best way I can put it, Common. That's the best way I can put it. But like, yeah, that's all the time I got this time. Then we actually had a lot to talk about this time around, so we didn't really get a chance to play any 2002 UM because a few of you actually enjoyed us playing. We might play next time, probably.
Actually, yeah, probably.
It depends on how much crazy stuff happens by then. But one more thing before we go. Siren just let me know before we went live that it's the 12th, right?
Yeah, 12.
Yeah, the 12th, he's not gonna be here, so either like I could do like a sporadic like little stream like I did yesterday, but that was more me just wanting to like blow off some steam and play some games and just, you know, whatever. But I mean, I could sit here, play 2002 UM, play whatever the heck, and like just talk with y'all instead. We could do that, but just so you know, the 12th there will not be a Shattering episode. Depending on how things are going with me, I might like do a little something different. We shall see. But just so you know, there will be no Shattering episode on the 12th of next month, the 12th of June.
Yep.
Guilty Gear Strive should be out by then, shouldn't it?
It might be.
But yeah, that's all I got for announcements there. I got plenty of content coming. Sunday, for those of you who are Guilty Gear Strive fans, I'm gonna have my video reaction / tier list making. Because I saw JM Crofts do it. Shout out to JM Crofts. I'm gonna do a tier list ranking and listing the character themes that they previewed on Arxis' channel. So be on the lookout for that. Look out for the interesting theories, the interesting guesses about KOF 15. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be funny. If you thought them saying that we're finally gonna get a good English dub for 15 was funny, just wait till you hear the rest of these theories. Just wait. Some of them are actually really cool, but some of them are kind of wacky. I'll put it at that. But that's that. We are out of here. Y'all take care. Be safe wherever you are. Catch you next time. See ya.
See ya.